Hey, good morning, folks, my friends. It's Andrew Pegg-Wheat, go by Tanatoes online, and I am going to be unboxing the Nintendo Switch today. So I'm super excited to be able to do this today. I'm here in my workplace at Battleground Games, and gonna open up the box, take a look, and see what I've got today. Let me just quickly hit some social media. I've got the chat up, so if anybody happens to join me on chat, I welcome any discussion there. It's been a little while since I've done regular streaming, mostly because just life is full of things. I'm always busy. Most lately, what I've been busy with is preparing for PAX East. Battleground is going to have a massive booth at PAX East this year, which is in 1 week from today. I can't even believe that. 1 week to PAX. So, hey, if you're watching this and you happen to be at PAX, I hope that you'll come by and say hello. Give me a second here. Nintendo Switch. And what else has been going on? Just a lot of gaming in general. I have been playing around with my PC. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3. Looking forward to new Diablo 3 stuff coming soon. We're going to be having the new class coming out soon. And I've been playing PSVR. I'm hoping possibly maybe to do a quick stream next Monday morning. I have the Psychonauts Rhombus of Ruin sitting on my PlayStation and have not even tried it out yet. Haven't even started it up, mostly because I want to do it with you guys. So I've been waiting until I have a chance to actually stream to be able to do that. This is where doing all my streams solo and being my own engineer and everything is a little bit difficult. There we go. Why? There we go. I know this is thrilling, watching me post stuff online, but let's get to the meat of things. I have my Switch here, still in the bag, fresh from GameStop. Let's take a look and see what is in the box. So there's the box, kind of teeny, which is what I was expecting. I actually predicted the Switch pretty well when Nintendo said that they were developing a new system, and they gave some sort of bare bones information about it, and there was like leaked patent applications and stuff like that. I pretty much said, okay, so the Switch, which we didn't know what it was going to be called, but I was like, the NX, the next Nintendo system, is going to basically be a Wii U pad that is the game system. And that's almost exactly what it is. The big difference is the controllers. So it's actually, wow, it's a lot smaller than a Wii U pad. Maybe the screen size is the same, but this is it. This is the Nintendo Switch. Can you believe how teeny that thing is? Wow. Look at that. It's like the size of my phone. Let's actually compare. So here's my phone, and here's the Nintendo Switch. It is slightly larger than my phone. Let's compare it to my new Nintendo 3DX. So this is the new Nintendo 3DS XL, and it is about the same size as my phone, slightly smaller than the Switch. Of course, the Switch is going to be a little bigger than that when you're actually playing with it in your hands because of the controllers. So the Switch uses what Nintendo is calling Joy-Cons, because, you know, why call your thing a controller when you can have a copyrighted name for it? So here's the Joy-Cons. There's one for each side of the Switch. They have a little joystick. They have the same buttons you would expect to see on any Nintendo device. You can see there that it's the A, B, X, Y. Always confusing because on a Xbox, the A and B are reversed. So that's just proprietary design. I can see we've got shoulder triggers as well as shoulder buttons. And on the other side, you've got your left, right, up, and down movement and your joystick. So it's almost exactly like what you would expect to find on any modern gaming system. Pair of joysticks, shoulders, a bunch of buttons. So with the Switch, the trick is that you can snap these into the sides of the Switch itself and use it as basically a portable, which is what I'm guessing I'm going to be doing 90% of the time, you know, just sitting in bed or pull it out while I'm, you know, times when I would normally pull out my phone. So I can see there's little arrows on the sides of the Switch, of the Joy-Cons, and on the side of the Switch there's a track, and you just sort of slide it in there, and it snaps in place. How do I unsnap it? There's a little plus button here. I'm guessing that releases it. No. Aha! There's a tiny button on the back of the Joy-Con. So you must push that. Yep, you push that to release it and snap it out. So that's the top of the box, is the Switch itself and the two little Joy-Cons. And then we have, in the bottom of the box, an HDMI cord. I can never have too many HDMI cords. My streaming rig is a ever-evolving pile of devices all hooked together by various HDMIs. So good to have another HDMI cord. Power cord. I'm going to plug that in right now. I'm hoping to be able to stream a little bit of Zelda gameplay in a little bit. I do have to punch out and attend to my day job eventually, but in the meantime, I get to play with this. So let's take a look at the Switch itself. On the bottom here, you can see it's got a tiny little port here. That's the power port. Looks like it's a USB mini port, or maybe some adaptation thereof. It's proprietary Nintendo, but it's nothing at all like the power port on my 3DS. So I'm going to have to be careful not to lose this new power cable. Let's plug that in. There we go. Little charging light turned on, so it's charging. That's lovely. What else do I have? I have this itty bitty little thing here. This thing with a strap, and it has like a lock. Must be to hook on to one of the Joy-Cons. Yeah, so you can snap your Joy-Con onto a thing with a strap if you're using your Joy-Con like a Wii remote, like waving it around and stuff, which is one of the things you can do with the Switch. My Switch right now is telling me to attach Joy-Cons to it, but I'm taking my sweet time because I'm still taking stuff out of a box. Let's see what else we have in this box. We have instructions, health and safety information, usage guidelines. Very important to read these, which I am not doing. All right. This thing in the bubble wrap here must be the dock for the Switch. So you can play with the Switch just holding it in your hands, you know, noodling with it that way. But you can also plug the Switch into this dock, which is pretty much just a piece of plastic. It's just a box. Let's see. It's got a place in the back here where you can plug in your AC adapter, which is this thing that's plugged into my Switch right now. It's got a USB port. I don't know what application that has, and it has HDMI out. I guess the USB port is for plugging in USB devices for the Switch, like the Joystick Pro or things like that. I'm going to utilize the HDMI. Well, all right, so one of the things I was wondering about is, can I stream while I'm holding the Switch in my hands? And the answer, it appears to be, is no. If I want to stream data or stream a picture from my Switch, I'm going to have to use the dock. So I'm going to have to put it in the dock and use the Joy-Cons in my hands. But that's okay. So I'm going to plug an HDMI cord. This is the HDMI cord that came with the Switch into the dock, and plug the dock into my streaming rig. We'll test that in a few minutes to see if I'm able to stream from the Switch. There we go. So yeah, with the dock, you plug your stuff in. You can close this little hatch on the back here and have cables sticking out the side of the dock. That's fine. And then, there's more USB ports on the outside of the dock here, so you can plug more USB devices in. And then you can just slip your Switch in, and it plugs into the bottom of the dock there, and it has it doesn't. I guess this piece goes down. Yeah. So way down inside the dock there, this little plastic piece goes in. You can't quite see it, I think. There you can see sort of the reflection on it. That goes in, and when it's inserted, when the Switch is inserted, there's a little adapter that remains standing and plugs into the Switch itself. Anyways, let's plug the Joy-Cons in as the Switch is telling me to do. So, here we go. Snap. Ooh, it even made a little click. Did you hear it? I don't know if you could hear that through my mic here. And snap. Okay. Ooh, click. Nintendo Switch. All right, now it's asking me to select languages. I'm going to do English because I'm not fluent in any other languages. Sure, I'll accept the end user agreement. Searching for networks, so I'm going to have to hook it to the network. That's fine. Enter my password. Aha! The joysticks do have an L3, R3, which means you can push on them and they snap and go to capital letters. I hope there's not a long update process, because that would preclude... Okay, it's connecting. That would preclude me doing any streaming today, because it has to take a long time to update. I would not have time to do any streaming. I'm going to continue to explore the box while it connects, because there's one more thing in the box. Another piece of padding here. And this little doobie-doo is the remote for the Joy-Cons. So this is where the Switch is interesting. You can snap the sides off of this little portable device and snap them into this, and then it becomes a handheld controller. It's a little small for my hands. It sort of reminds me of when the original Xbox came out, and the original Xbox controller was huge. So this is just a teeny tiny bit too small for my hands, but that's okay, I'm sure I'll adapt, or I'll, be doing almost everything just on the screen there. Now it's asking me what time it is, or what time zone I'm in. Okay. GMT -5, that's me, yes. Later for connecting to a TV. All right, now it's telling me to release the Joy-Con controllers. Okay, I can do that. We already found out where the little snap was. Okay. Now it says use the left stick to select next and press A. So the Joy-Cons, you can see they've got little battery lights there. They're completely independent. Like you could even use one just as its own little controller. You can detach and use the console with the Joy-Con controllers. Oh, it's got a... Aha! It's got a little stand on the back here. You can snap out, and you can just use the console by itself with no external TV and, without having to hold the Joy-Cons on the side of the screen. Okay. What else? Set my icon and nickname. Okay. I think I am actually, it doesn't seem to have required me to do any sort of an update. So I'm going to pause the stream for a couple of moments so that you guys can see what I'm seeing here while I set it up and everything. So give me just a couple of seconds. I'll be right back.